I'm back. As I was leaving, most people were figuring it out. It's I think it's a great idea. It's recommended that I go through that, but I just not with this one because I just feel like this is important. But I do want to get people used to learning how to do that because I do think it's a good option, and it comes up. It's like double. You get double chances of people watching it. It really does pull from 2 different audiences. That vertical section is different. Like, when I'm in the vertical section, I'm not watching the people that I normally watch. You just scroll and whoever they recommend. It's like a TikTok. So it pulls from, like, new people, people that aren't clicking on you, they're just scrolling. So, I think it's important, but just a bad one to start off of that, but I am gonna start doing that, and we'll go through like an instructional. I'll show you guys how to do it because it's pretty simple. It's just 2 lives. I mean, I know for sure iPhones, maybe Androids don't offer it, but I still think they do. I think you guys just, it sounds like people were starting to catch on once you actually slowed your boat and did what I told you to do. Okay, so let's start here. So we're gonna I'm just gonna start new. Like because there are gonna be people that weren't here already and are just watching this one because I put the other one on private. Um, so I'm gonna be covering, it's gonna be a little bit short. I just want this to be kind of brief. Um Zerks. I'm covering the Celeste Rivas Hernandez case. I've been deep into that, just digging and digging with onto all these people. But so if you guys remember Zerks, he is the mod, David's mod. He is actually like I feel like it was his little helper. He's the one that he changed his name. He's the one that did the purge on the Discord. It was like he's purging everything. So he's deleting a bunch of stuff on Discord after this happened. He um he changed his name on David's Discord. So if you try to search for him, he doesn't come up, but figured out who he was because of seeing how people were responding to this person and they were tagging him. So it's like, wait, he's changed it somehow, but it's like, I don't know. It's a weird way he did it. But I'm not really that familiar with Discord, so maybe it isn't that weird. Um, but Reddit has a couple sources that are leaking things to them, and they had sent them this screenshot. Okay. Let me share my screen. This screenshot right here from September 13th, 10:56 p.m. This is like David's like head mod here, Zerks. And we'll learn a little bit more about him as the live goes. I share a picture and share some stuff. But he says, don't say anything about the tattoo or anything. Act clueless. Now, considering the time, yeah, it could, I mean, this could be about anybody, right? But considering what's going on at that time and who he is, I mean, we're making assumptions. So, like I said, allegedly, in my opinion, I think he's probably talking about Celeste. Like, don't say anything about her tattoo because that will identify her. Maybe hoping like, hey, maybe they won't be able to identify her. Because remember, the 13th. So on the 8th is when they find her. But remember, they said she's so badly decomposed. They weren't even sure. I remember when I first heard about this, I was under the impression, what, whoa, they might not even be able to identify her. Like it was like one of those things. Are they going to be able to identify her? So like that would on the 13th, 5 days would have passed and they still hadn't identified her. So he might be thinking, and plus, you know how they came out and they said they made it seem like she was dismembered and all her body wasn't there and so decomposed. It almost gave you the impression they might not be able to identify this girl, right? So he might have thought, oh, all they have is that tattoo. Remember, all they had is that tattoo, right? That's the only identifier. So, like, don't say anything. They won't be able to identify who she is. Just, I mean, just my opinion is what he was saying because that was the huge thing. That was her identifier. So he's like, act clueless. Very concerning. Oh, so they didn't identify her. Sorry, I said this on the last live. They didn't identify her till the 17th. So she was found on the 8th. She was identified on the 17th. Okay. Hi, Steph. Oh, is it not letting people chat? Maybe they're stuck in that vertical chat. Where's everybody at? I don't know. Hold on, let me make sure of the settings. Oh my god, is this live just not meant to be? The first one I had to stop because people were complaining about, like, not being able to read the chat because it was in vertical, which it was in both. This one, I don't know. Let me make sure I don't have the chat, like, on a certain setting. Subscribers, leader. Oh yeah, leaderboard. I didn't have that checked before. No, it should be fine. Everything's checked. I don't know. Hopefully they'll come in and chat when they want. Um, okay, so now let me show you a couple other things. So this person that's been basically reaching out to Zerks, trying to get him to talk and say stuff and like asking him questions. Well, he showed him this. Like it's not the same guy that he said this to. It's just some other guy that's been researching it, right? Basically sent him a screenshot of this and I was trying to call him out like, "What do you know about this? Why'd you say this?" And we're gonna go through that conversation too. But first, I just want to show you a little bit more about Zerks. Hold on one second. Okay, so oh, this is the one I wanted to show you because look, this has it'll show him talking about Zerks. I know I played it in the last live, but I might play some stuff because that live was all over the place and this one's gonna be shorter, hopefully. Okay, so this is Benny David. And you'll hear him talk about Zerks, like, like, "Oh, Zerks will take care of it." So, he's like his head mod and maybe little helper here. And oh, and he was listed as the producer of that new song that they leaked, "Rush," that was leaked last week. Remember on BandLab? They leaked it for, like, minutes, and people screenshot it and they got it, and it was producer Zerks. I'll bring that up real quick too, but we'll play this while we're
Yo, Zerks, make sure that just click on BandLab so they can still see it. Yeah. My mom.
Yo, Zerks. Let me rewind it again.
So they can still see. Yo, Zerks, make sure that just click on BandLab so they can still see it. Yeah. My mom. See, he's the one that's moving the screen right now without me touching it.
Benny says, "Who's Zerks?" Hold on, sorry, that noise. Let me do it one more.
My mom. See, he's the one that's moving the screen right now without me touching it.
Hey, Zerks, make David a little bit taller so he looks better in the screen.
So my point in showing this is that, he knows David. He might be, important. He's close with them. And just to kind of show you that maybe he would know something like this. Maybe he would be trying to protect him, right? And look, this is that where is it? Right here. This is that song that got leaked for a minute on BandLab, and the producers were David and Zerks. And then nothing comes up when you click on it. I don't know. Sticky fingers. I don't know if that means, I don't know. But popular Zerk songs is just Rush, David's. So, and we know this is, he made this, put this out after the body was found in his Tesla, October 1st. I mean, so that means Zerks is still supporting him by his side, working with him after the fact, after knowing that, hey man, he may have been involved in a murder. You give people a benefit of the doubt, if they're like, they were friends with him, and then they find out about it, and they kind of like, whoa, let me take a step back because I didn't know that. Like, how you mean, a lot of people wouldn't know. But he's right there, still supporting him, doing music with him, didn't phase him. So my point is, wouldn't that be somebody that maybe would be trying to be like, whoosh, like, let's not get him in trouble. I don't know. This is all just allegedly disclaimer out there, It's just, well, allegedly, let's say, yeah, because everybody's like could be hiding behind like names and computers and keyboards and AI, and so I have to say allegedly because you just never know these days what's what. But okay, so we have that, and then let me get here's him and David. So November 29th, 2023. So he's known him since back in 2023, and enough where he's meeting him now. So that means they probably were talking for a while before that. It says got a pic with David. So it's him and Zerks, David and Zerks. And then hold on. And then here is him and Zerks, but there's a blue thing over his face, and it says I met David, and he's tagging that Sophia. Remember that Sophia is the one that was in the live stream when during Celeste and David's that streams. Remember Sophia was in there, and my next video I'm going to be talking about her a little bit. But yeah, that's David, and that doesn't even look like the same guy though. Hold on, let me see something. I guess he could have just grown his hair out, because I mean, let me see what year this is in. No. Hold on a second. Wait. 12/17, 11/20. Is that the same guy? Supposedly it was supposed to be, but I don't know. Why does he look, the body and everything look different? Pretty sure this is Zerks because there's other pictures with him, but that other one, I don't know. Okay, so doesn't look like the same body type. I don't know, it was under his name. All right, so let's do this combo here. The one where the person okay, so what this conversation I want to show you next is just recent, the last day, like from today or yesterday or the last couple days. This person reached out and was basically, I'm not sure where this goes in it. I was trying to put these in order. I think they came in order, but this one was a little straggler. So somebody says, yo, so Zerks is talking to this person, okay, anonymous, that reached out and showed him this post, showed him this comment that Zerks had sent to somebody back in September, and says, Zerk says, yo, what are you posting on me? Dude, I don't know who Cassie is, because he asked him, do you know who Cassie? Remember, Cassie is the Cassandra Rose, the one that has the David tattoo, and that was seeing David for a little bit, and that supposedly was the one that basically hacked into Yay Woohoo's account, and which was, we think is Celeste's old account, and hacked into that. But anyway, says this person's calling Zerks out and says, bro, you're lying. I don't know why. You know Neo. You know who Cassie is, fam. And it says, if you don't want to give any sort of statement on that, you expect a full coverage on YouTube video by a well-known YouTuber, as well as an expose this shady behavior. Not gonna lie. And Zerk says, what are you talking about? I just explained it. Says, you're clearly protecting him. Bring David told you to say that, bro. Or David told you to say that, bro. It's cool. And it says someone was pretending to be some detective or something. It says those are the messages you deleted. Okay, makes sense. That's all I need to know. Hold on, I think I'm going backwards. Shoot. It's supposed to be going. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know which order. Ugh, it's annoying. Okay. I don't know what this is supposed to be either. It says someone was pretending to be some detective or something. And this person says, okay, I believe you when you say you're not suing anyone. You don't seem worried. So let me clear your name, dude. And then Zerk says, but dude, I'd appreciate it if you stop DMing me, asking me questions. Oh shit, I don't know. And stop posting about me. And this person said, the more names I can clear, the less innocent people get brought up. Bro, that's what I'm talking about. You could just explain it if it weren't shady, right? And he says, you're making legal threats now. And he says, what? And then the response to you know Neo, he says, I do know Neo. I have talked to Neo 5 times. And in response to this guy saying, you know Cassie, you know who Cassie is, fam. He says, I genuinely don't. And this person says, okay, you're talking about suing or some shit, or is that bullshit? People was saying you're planning on suing me, LMAO. I don't know if this is the right order. And then and that guy, Fruitiger and Pewalk from David Detectives botted your Instagram, dog, and got you banned. Yep, I know. Oh, it was Fruitier. And that Pewalk lady and Prince Aura? I don't even know what that. Anyway, he says, I told you I've talked to him 5 times. I don't know him, IRL. And it says, this is Tay in this screen, by the way. I don't know. And somebody it says, you were talking about someone else, not me. He says, I'm not suing anyone. And it says, this is Sophia's friend. My bad. No, I thought I was talking about me. If you are, I don't care, LOL. You could just explain it if it weren't shady, right? This isn't going to go away until you explain it, bro. She was 14, dog, like for real. And sends that screenshot again where Zerk sent it to someone September 13th or somebody from his account said, I won't. Don't say anything about the tattoo or anything. Act clueless. If you don't want to give any sort of statement on that, expect a full coverage YouTube video by a well-known YouTuber, as well as an expose the shady behavior. Sorry, now this should be going the right way. Okay, so I just want to see how you okay. That's all I need to know. He says replying to those are the messages you deleted. He says WDYM. What do you mean? And he sends him all these Zerks in Discord, all the ones that he deleted. Zerks deleted a bunch in David's Discord. Says, bro, you're actually cooked. Like it's bad, bro. I did go backwards on these. Oh well. He says, dude, I explained stuff. Just delete the post of me. And this person says, you have a little brother too. Was he in Discord too? Crazy. The more, and then this person that's talking to Zerk says, the more names I can clear, the less innocent people get brought up. Bro, that's what I'm talking about. You could just explain it if it weren't shady, right? This isn't going to go away until you explain it, bro. She was 14. Now it's the same one. So the thing that kind of, and he says, I just explained it. Now, either he really didn't explain it or this person that was talking to him didn't give all the screenshots because I don't see him explaining anything. But I do think so the person that sent these to me, they were saying how I bet you some of the screenshots are missing from the conversation because it was basically saying how he was saying Zerk's excuse for that message of like don't tell anybody about the tattoo. Um he said that somebody hacked his account is what he said about like that's how how did this message happen? Oh, I guess did somebody hacked his account, I guess, allegedly. That's what I was told. I mean, I don't know. And he hold on, sorry. I want to see how she where that no, I think I screenshot that one I wanted to read. Where is it? Hold on one second. Where is it? This one. So I guess, he's saying somebody hacked his account, but he said he's still using that account that's supposedly hacked, I guess. Um, so he said it was somebody that was basically pretending to be him. So somebody hacked his account, pretended to be him, and wrote that message we saw about the tattoo. But he's still using that account, and that screenshot is from 9/13, right? September 13th. But on September 19th, he locks down Asia's server from the same account. So I think he's a mod on Asia's Discord or whatever. Um, so Asia, which is another one of David's really good friends that he's in all those pictures with, those four. It's the older Celeste, Asia, and Neo and David, all four. They're always together. It seems like there's a ton of pictures of them four together. Um, so I'm pretty sure he's a Discord or he's a mod on her Discord, and he used that same thing to lock down her account, her server on the 19th, but supposedly on the 13th he was hacked. I don't know. I mean, who knows? It's a bunch of so much stuff. I feel like so much crazy stuff because there's so many people that I feel like that were involved. Maybe not involved that knew about it, that were aware at least that knew who Celeste were, that maybe was there the night that something happened, that witnessed something. And maybe they're all scared. Maybe some of them are just innocent bystanders and they're just freaking scared because, maybe they have lawyers and their lawyers are telling them not to talk. I mean, there could be a variety of different reasons. So I have to give people benefit of the doubt because it could be for some of the people. Now that's kind of concerning that he was telling him to lie, though. I don't like that. Okay, so let me bring up another conversation with Jerks. Here. Here's another one. So hold up, don't talk till I send you more. It gets worse. I don't know which order. Hold on, let me see. I wish I could I tried to read through these and figure out which order, but it's not really that easy. Hold on. I just want to see something. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just start this way. Okay. It gets worse, and then he sends him this stuff where Zerk's in Discord, where Zerk's is telling somebody to log out and delete the app. Trust it'll be so peaceful. I wish I could. Sophia says, nah, I'll deactivate. So he's telling Sophia to log out and delete the app. She say now deactivate. And random Valorant, which is Neo, says, why are you still listening to those people? Their only priority is David, not us. And Sophia says, for real. And Zerk says, RYN, right? I don't know what that means. Okay. And how about when people continue to dox us? And Zerk says, oh, and no, Zerk is saying, trust it, it'll be so peaceful. And then that's when RYN, who's it, RYN or something? says, okay, then what about when people continue to dox us? And then in the response to when Zerk says, literally what Rob said to do to me, or to do, Rob is, I guess, the other manager of David's. So it says literally what Rob said to do to something, I don't know. Ghosty says back, Rob's not helping nobody, twin. And Neo says, they said that you two cover their ass and pretend they care about us. They said that to you to cover their ass and pretend they care about us. And Ghost says, he doesn't understand how bad they have it. And Zerk says, he said this was, and it cuts off something. This was a something. And because Sophia says, they better get something. Okay. And Sophia says, oh, because he said it to us on staff chat that we have to be offline, log out from social media, enjoy outside at Tay. Also seen it because I screen share the chat in GC, I think general chat. Okay. Wait till them. I don't know. And then Zerk's question mark. This is now a conversation with, oh, that was a conversation too, where the person was sending in the screenshots to show him, like, look, I see, I have screenshots of this conversation you had in Discord or whatever. I don't know if it was a private one. Zerk says a question mark and says, I've seen all these. So this is the right order, yes. So he's seen all those those screenshots of the Discord chat. He's like, I've seen all those. Is there a reason you're sending them? This person says, because I know you work for Interscope, bro. And he says, even if I worked for Interscope, how would those provide any evidence I do? I'm speaking to a kid, LOL. And this person says, maybe if they weren't your friends, you'd want to help. And he says, this is wasting my time. Not sure why I replied in the first place. Attacking me for what? And then he sends this that says, this Derek says, I mean you, but I'm just saying, like, no one that people call me or assuming that got paid did get paid. Like, it's just people making more theories and stuff. Sophia says, oh, because he said it to us on staff chat that we have to be offline. Oh, so he's responding to this that person's sent. He says, Saf worded what I said wrong, bro. Instead of have, it should be suggested. How long ago was that? So he's saying that, when he's saying you need to get off chat, he's saying that no, I didn't say have to. I said suggested to get off. I don't know. But we read it though. It did say that we read. He's saying Sophia's wording it wrong, but here's the actual thing that Zerk said. Let's see. Maybe he did say, log out and delete the app. Trust it. It'll be so peaceful. I wish I could. So I think she's taking it as he's saying we have to, because he's not saying you should log out, or he's just saying log out like a statement, like a direct command, log out and delete the app. But I could see both sides where he's like, I'm not saying you have to, I'm just giving, like, hey, trust me. So I don't know. It's tricky because maybe they're just caught up in this crap and they I wish I knew. So he's asking how long ago that I think that conversation was or whatever. So they said more than just that, bro. Zerks will be pissed off. LMASO. So he's saying, like, in one of them, they were talking about how, oh man, Zerk's gonna be pissed. So he's saying, huh? And he's showing him more stuff that he deleted. Is it the same one? Hold on. I can because I need to be on a PC. I can't because I need to be on a PC. And then he's responded on this. It says, on Dead Bros, I'll keep between me and you and won't share screens of our chats. But could this be Ben? Ian blank more? And he says, thanks. My PC is at home, LOL. I'll be at my other spot in 20. LMA. Oh, Fleece the Booty Warrior just collabed. That's funny. And look, you can see this is David right here, but I don't know. Show this to your boy. Fleece is stoked, fam. And then thanks, yo, and he shares that song that he produced with David Rush. Can I get information that this is a fake? LOL. Redditor speculating. Anyway, okay, so that's that, and then here's another. Screenshots aren't. The Zerk's account making threats saying Rob sent him. That was Neo. I'm learning that Neo has been exiled from the group. Okay, let's see. What is this one? Oh, or some shit. That's you. Oh shit. Haha. I didn't realize my fault for calling you a kid, lol. Should have told me that was you to begin with. Huh. So he just figured out it's him. I don't know. Good. Yeah, bro. Aside from David, I don't care if you even homies with him or it's a nice chain, you yo little. Okay. And here's just some of the stuff in Discord where it looks like he was talking to Yay Woohoo. Like, I mean, as far as he knew her. Deleted user said we should join in VC. Zerk says, yeah. David says, I'm gonna join VC in like 2 seconds. Oh my god, I got the zip up too. Love you too. Deleted user says, me and David said goodnight, guys. Bye. Evan says, can he check DMs when he gets the chance? And Zerk says to deleted user, which we think is probably Celeste. It says, good night. Yeah, good night, yay, woohoo. So we're all thinking that yay, woohoo is Celeste, especially after that recording. I had put it in my video I uploaded today too. I know I went over it on a live, but that recording of that person talking to Yay Woohoo, I think it sounds like Celeste. That's what convinces me that Yay Woohoo is Celeste. And then maybe Cassandra hacked in and posted stuff too. I don't know. Anyway, so Zerk says BRYP, don't send this. Deleted user says, me and David said goodnight, guys. Bye. Okay, this is from a different one. It says, Zerk says, this is from August 14th, 2025. He says, it feels amazing. The mixtape is unreal. Excited for everyone else to hear it. There's a vibe for everyone on it. And it shares the David, or he's replying to David's comment saying, you're one of 5 people on the planet to have heard the whole deluxe. How does it feel? So obviously he was pretty close to David, it sounds like. And then David says, so yeah, so that's when he responds and says, it feels amazing. Zerk says, I can vouch from David's response saying, see, the thing about that is the deluxe is a love letter to my 2022 self. The raw melodies, it cuts off, but okay. Zerk says, this is what I'm saying. Please stop harassing. Everyone's mental health is being affected by it, and actions are getting taken too far. A little girl died. You should be the last person speaking, seeing as you knew him. And Zerk says, where or when did I say that I knew him? What does IRL stand for? Everybody keeps using that, and I don't know what that means. Help me out, guys. Before I continue, because I need to know what that means. Hey, Kalohi, what's up? Oh, thanks, you guys. If you haven't, after I end this live, go check out my pre-record under the video section. I put a lot of time into it. It's a bunch of stuff on this case that I put together. I have one more from stuff that I have that I just couldn't fit it on one. What is RL in real life? Okay, thank you, SL, and thank you, Dark Side. Okay, and Kalohi. Okay, so he says, when did I say that I knew him in real life? Well, we know you met him. There's a picture with you. So, I got a pic, but I mean, that's true. A lot of people could know somebody virtually, but not in real life. But, um, and, he says, please do not comment when you don't know the full story. And then Spirited says, your social media is riddled with evidence that you knew him personally. You even attended a recent show. I will not be listening to what you have to say. And then what's this one? This one is saying good night. And he says, that's why this one, this deleted users, you could tell it's yay woohoo, which is Celeste, because it's responding to this, right? This deleted users saying, me and David said good night, guys, bye. And he says, good night, yay woohoo. And then somebody says Zerks. I don't know who wrote this, but they said, I mean, this isn't, I didn't write this. This was just I think on Reddit. Says, you are a disgusting piece of shit. I find it hilarious you would use Rob in this since he's high up on the suspect list now. You're not innocent, Zerks, and we have your pics and Instagram too. Don't threaten those searching for justice for the murder of a missing teenage girl. You are complicit in her disappearance. Murder, art, and cover up. We are on to you, Zerks. Where's the Huz? That's that website. The hose, I guess. The Huz is hose. Where David has this page, or where the hose, and oh my lord, which we'll watch a video in a minute when I get to Asia stuff. Okay. So that's all I want to go over Zerks. Yeah, I mean, I could maybe sometime if I'm doing a long live, we could go into Discord and go through all that stuff. But I just wanted to make this kind of highlight key points here. So that's the Zerk stuff. Now let me go. I have a quick thing. Well, two things. So I don't know if you guys seen the email that got leaked. So that email that SF Investigates has been talking about. For what, like a month or a few weeks, about this email that Josh, David's manager, got way back in 2024 in February, that Celeste, was missing, and she was 13 at the time, and um so he knew about it, and he denies, I never got an email. Well, that email got leaked, um and here it is. So the thing with this is it goes to David at Mogul Vision. So I guess he could deny he got the email, but whoever usually receives those emails, but maybe there is a few people that go into that email. I heard that his other manager, Rob, also gets emails from that, maybe. So that might be hard because each of them might deny that they got that email. But it says it was February 19th, 2024 at 4:13 a.m. It says there's been talk that the artist David possibly has something to do with the disappearance of 13-year-old Celeste Rivas. If that statement holds any merit, please do the right thing and take her home. Her parents are very worried. And the person that leaked this they said, gave this information with this. They said that Josh is the one that got this, so allegedly, but you never know. And that he screenshot it, sent it to David. David screenshot it and sent it to one of Celeste's friends, I guess. I don't know. For some reason, that was the story that came with this, that Josh or whoever got this sent a screenshot of it to David, and then David sent it to Celeste's friend, which I don't know why. But you see Mogul Vision, well, let me show you something really quick. Oh, Hold on 1 second. Oh, I guess I didn't say that. All right. Trying to find this. Dang it. Just had it up earlier. I have a screenshot of it, but I wanted to bring up the website. Hold on. Oh yeah. So here's that article. It talks about music industry. Let me make this bigger. So that's Josh right there in the middle. Music industry moves. Oh, didn't share my screen. I had it shared before, right? Music industry moves Interscope Geffen teams with Josh Marshall's Mogul Vision. So that's his company, Mogul Vision. So it is seem likely that he would be the one receiving those emails, but you know how it is. Sometimes people, hey, they'll help get the emails for you. So you just never know for sure. He's partnered with Mogul Vision, the label founded by manager and music industry exec Josh Marshall. Marshall has helped foster the careers of Kenny Hoopla, who is currently on tour with Blink 182, Little Mosey, and David, who has had a breakout year following the success of his global hits Romantic Homicide and Here with Me on Darkroom Interscope. So this is from before the murder or before the death. So that's why this is June 29th, 2023, this article. It says, over the last few years, we've worked closely with Josh on a number of successful projects, said Nicole Weiss-Corco, Executive Vice President, Co-Head of A&R at Interscope. He has an amazing ability to identify new artists across a number of genres, and we're looking forward to continuing our work with him via this new deal. I saw this one pop up. Let's see. Josh Marshall breaks silence on TikTok amid Celeste Rivas Hernandez investigation. Yeah, remember he responded to a video about him. He was basically disputing that video was true, and he commented under it instead of like maybe doing his own statement or something. He commented under that TikTok, and that's what everybody was using as his response. Appeared to clap back at comments accusing him of involvement in the death of Celeste Rivas. I had zero knowledge of anything. Josh Marshall, the manager of music star David and founder of Mogul Vision, has taken to TikTok under the name J Mogul. Here, let me make this a little bit bigger. This also appears to be his verified Instagram handle as well. To address swirling speculation surrounding the tragic death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, her badly decomposed body was discovered in the trunk of a Tesla registered to David on September 8th. What would have been a day after her 15th birthday, igniting a high-profile investigation that has drawn intense public and media scrutiny. Marshall, who rented the Hollywood Hills home where David was staying, has used the platform to deny any involvement and call for factual reporting, marking his first public statement on the matter. Celeste, who was reported missing from Lake Elsinore multiple times in 2024 at age 13, was found deceased earlier this month, thrusting David and his manager into the spotlight. Marshall, a music industry executive known for managing artists such as David, Kenny Hoopla, and Little Mosey, has faced questions about his knowledge of the teenager's whereabouts in connection with his client. The scrutiny intensified after a private investigator reported that a 2024 email had surfaced suggesting the concerned adults in Rivas's life alerted Marshall to her absence and speculated she was with the singer. It was noted that Marshall did not respond to the email, and perhaps he never received it. However, Rivas returned home the following day. This had led to speculation that Marshall may have informed David and Rivas that authorities could be searching for her. So that means she must have returned home the 20th, February 20th. Now, I'll have another, this will probably be in the next video. People have found that I'm trying to find the exact screenshots where it's showing that, but that she actually, that Celeste family, it looks like they did report her found a couple of times. Allegedly, I still have to find, I guess they're out there. I got to figure out, I got a bunch of screenshots and I don't see them in those. But supposedly there's somebody has the other call logs more detailed where supposedly on certain days they did report her like found a couple of times, supposedly. I have not seen it yet. And one of those days was February 20th, supposedly. They said the girl from Reddit that I'm talking to said that that was one of the days that she was reported found again. Like, so she did go home. Um, February 20. So February, or was it 18th or 19th? Whenever that email the next day. Oh my lordy. Hold on. 19th, right? Or 19th. Yeah, so the 20th. She supposedly went home. So it makes it seem like, okay, so somebody got that email. So either Josh or Rob got that email, probably sent it, screenshot it like they said he screenshot it or sent it to David, took a screenshot of it, sent it to David, then David sent it to one of her Celeste's friends, which that makes me kind of think, my head goes to, oh, him paying them off or, whatever, maybe giving them free tickets or giving them something and paying them off in some way to keep quiet. So it makes me think, oh yeah, because maybe he was in communication with some of them, like, hey, listen, we're gonna whatever, get the plan in play or whatever. So yeah. Okay. Hopefully I'm making sense. He says, this Josh says, um, so Josh says, so somebody had said in a comment, I swear to God, I've been saying this to my boyfriend. I think Josh did it. And this Josh responds, right, and I think he's heavily involved. And Josh responds in the comments, how dare you say something like this with no facts? He elaborated further in a detailed statement. This video is false and the person is misinformed. This is the only time I'll speak on this matter for now. This has been a tough time for my family as I'm a father of 3 children. I received no emails and I'm no one's roommate, because he was being called David's roommate. I live full time at a home with my wife and kids. My daughter is 14, and this news is affecting so many lives. I never received any emails. I had zero knowledge of anything, and I don't live in California. Also, I work remotely 95% of the time, and my job doesn't require me to have much interaction with any of my clients. David, clients, and he puts David, like including David, whatever. And there are many others that work with him on a day-to-day capacity. Not me. This news is tragic for so many and for her family. I hope the proper authorities get to the bottom of it soon. Let me remind people, a lot of this is speculation and alleged. In the meantime, I am with my family, helping them emotionally get through the news of this tragedy. Please report on factual information. Josh Marshall. But I do want to share this. Remember how he responded. Remember, he works 95% remotely. He doesn't really interact with his clients, right? Just remember that. Let me share this real quick. So this is a picture of Josh's wedding. And they quote one of his comments, and it says, anything, and I don't live in California. This is what we just read part of his comment. Also, I work remotely 95% of the time, and my job doesn't require me to have much interaction with any of my clients. David or Dave or whatever he puts David / David, as there are many others that work with him on a day-to-day capacity. Not me. This news is tragic. So this screenshot is David and his family at Josh Marshall's wedding in Italy. So they traveled to a different country to go to Josh's wedding. And you could see not only did David go to Josh's wedding, but so did David's family. David's brother, David's mom, and it's his mom. I don't know if that's his dad. Is that his dad? But it's David's mom, sister, brother, David went to and it's not really that big of a wedding party. Look how small. Close enough to have out of like not even 50 people. If you do like a quick count, 2, 4, 6, 8, 20, 30, 40 people. And David and his family are the few that are invited to his wedding. Interesting. I can't tell if that's David's father, is it? I know that's his mom, that's his sister. Oh, there's his father right here. He's in front. Okay. I was gonna say, why would his mom be? So there's his mom, dad, sister. There's David. There's his brother. And I don't know who that is. Does they have circled? I'll have to ask her. And it's in Italy, and it's a really small wedding. Interesting, huh? Okay. Oh, he did? Okay. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. I didn't know he performed. Okay. Yeah, nope. That's probably gonna be on my second video. I like to break it up, and that one video I just put out today was like already like almost an hour, so much stuff, so that I didn't get to that part. I can't say 100%, but I mean, that's a thing that there's certain reasons why they think that, yeah, that to be true. Okay, so that's a good point. I didn't even know he performed, so thanks for telling me that. So that makes sense. But yeah, I don't know why the whole family. My point is, I don't think, regardless if he performed it or not, I do think he was close with them. His whole family went, and I don't know. I just think it was more than just like, oh, remote. We don't have any like hands. I mean, barely anything. I feel like they probably were close. I could be wrong though. Just an opinion of mine. So okay. No, I'm not saying I think he has something to do with what happened or that he knew 100%. I can't say that. I think now seeing that email, there's reasons to believe that he may have known, but I mean, I'm not going to say either way. I mean, I guess we'll see how it plays out. Um, but who knows? I mean, sometimes like it might even be weirder than what we think. I mean, maybe who knows? Yeah, I don't know. That's all I know. What I just said. I mean, I don't know anything else about him. So let's go to the next thing here. So the next thing I want to share is about Asia. Well, let me share this quick little video. It's just like a couple seconds of Neo talking about David just really quick. Oh, I said I push play.
Years now. So Like people thought that I met him through Sakura, but no, I've known David for years. And I met Sakura like 2 months ago through Tofu, and then my worlds just kind of combined together, and it just was kind of funny.
Okay, here's another one of Neo. This is Neo, the one that supposedly that SF Investigates kind of insinuated it, or I don't know what the right word it was, but kind of put it out hints that it was probably him was the one that was the last to move the Tesla.
Quick reminder: good people don't call themselves good people.
Oh, here's him and David.
Dude, this is actually crazy. I'm not. Today, we're looking for a little black boy and a little Asian boy. Let's see if we can find them under the wall. With a poacher, killer. What the?
First I wanted a hole.
Okay, so let's go to Asia's stuff here. So here is the next thing I want to talk about. So back in February 16th, 2024, Asia responded on a story, Instagram story. It was a story where they posted this missing Celeste, right? A poster. She replied to this story saying, "Bro, this is my friend's girlfriend, question mark, question mark." And this person responds, "Is there a way you can confirm? She's 13." And he says, "What the F?" Or she says, "What the F? You're lying." I guess I don't think there was any more exchange between them. But this is February 16th, 2024. We know February 14th is when she, ran away the first time to David's. And then she went back, and then went back and forth. So that means we don't know when Celeste died, but that means at least, I'm guessing, a whole year she was back and forth with David. And we know Asia works for David and is with David a lot. So that she had to have been, been in the same room as Celeste, seen Celeste, spent time with her for probably at least a year, maybe a year and a half, depending on when Celeste died. Knowing, okay, my point is like a whole year, at least a year, if not more, she would have known that Celeste was a minor, 13, and missing, and that David was with her still. And just, I guess, never reported it, was okay with it, right? It's weird. And she just kind of, I guess, like, allegedly, I mean, I don't know what she was thinking. Did she just kind of like reason it out in her head and just kind of was like, okay, I'm just going to be okay with it? I don't know. But I mean, you see her first reaction is like, whoa. And then I don't know, maybe she just kind of reasoned it in her head that it was fine, or maybe he convinced her it was fine. Who knows? But we know him and her, like these four, Neo, David, Asia, the older Celeste, are pictured in a lot of pictures together. There's the four again. So they are close. They're good friends. There's them three. Asia. This is July 31st. So this would have been after Celeste was gone, in my opinion. Remember they moved the car on the 29th, was it? Neo allegedly moved the car on the 29th. So this was like their first show on tour. How much did they know? If anybody knew, these would be the closest people to him would be these three and the other Celeste, in my opinion. And she was the one that was in some music videos. She's in this music video with him. I think she's in a couple music videos with him. Here's them two.
Calling all Austin huz. We are looking for a 3-man in Austin right now. If you are huzzing, we're buzzing.
We need 3.
We need 3 beautiful, bodacious huz to bounce on it.
I can't. So you say they need to get some more women there for them 3. There's a guy. I want to know who this guy is though. Hold on. You get a good shot at him. Where is he? Right there. Does anybody know who that is? I don't know. Okay, so then so that was February 16th, 2024. So then somebody sends that. Oh, somebody under her video. No, that's the wrong one. Hold on, where is it? This under her video, they post this. Under one of her videos, they post this where the screenshot I just posted where she's like, "Oh my god, that's my friend's girlfriend." They post it in her comments, and I guess she blocks them and removes the comment and blocks them. Okay, so, and I know I played this in my last live, but I'll play it again because I find it.
Go for the deep down, I believe, you must too. Go for that bitch, get it over with. Go for the bitch, get it over with.
I have no idea what she's referring to, but this was from September 30th. So this would be after Celeste was found and identified, not that long ago, September 30th of this year. What is she talking about? Go for that bitch, you get it over with. Deep down, I believe you know. You must too. Like I said, I know I played this in my other live, but I wanted to play it again because I thought it was very interesting. And then this anonymous link that she posted like around, I think it was the beginning of this year, where it says, anonymous confessions. Confess anything. Have you cheated? Hate someone? Killed someone? You can let me know, but I won't know who you are. So you can anonymously basically confess to murder, and she won't say anything. I don't know. All right, so next I'll do 2 more topics, and then I'm already doing more than I was gonna do, but why not? I'll do 2 more. So you remember here, these are all on my new video, but I do more than this. It's about an hour pre-record if you guys want to check it out. It took me forever to edit, so go watch it. Go watch it. Okay, so you remember this video right here? Ooh, I'm gonna have to mute it. Hold on. Trying to block out the music. So you remember this video right here, which I think we could all agree is Celeste. She's got the Hello Kitty sandals, you could see. She's backstage at David's concert June 27th, 10:12 p.m. at June 27th, 2024, 10:12 p.m. She's with David's brother. Okay. So, my person from Reddit, RIA, like CIA, RIA, from Reddit, she sent me these screenshots here, which is, this is that same show, and you could see Celeste here. I think this one's better to show first. You could, well, maybe this one's better. You could see they're at David's show. You can see David's mom, and I believe this is Celeste. And from the other angle, I think his sister's sitting here, and then her brother's sitting on the other side of her. So I think this is Celeste. This is her brother, because we saw in that same backstage, which is the same night where they both have those dark hoodies and with the hoodies over their head. And then I think that I'm guessing maybe that's his sister, because we know that's David's mom. Can't see her good at this because there's a flash, but you can see her better in this one right here. So I think it's David's mom, sister, Celeste, and then the brother you can't see from that angle. So my point is, so that means the mom allegedly knows Celeste, was with sitting by Celeste. So I mean, wonder what they wonder what he told his mom. Wonder if she's been introduced as his girlfriend as she went over there for dinner. Has she been like, oh, the girlfriend material type? Not girlfriend material, but where he was able to be open with, like, this is my girlfriend, maybe have dinner with the family. Was it a known thing? Okay, that's my number one question. My number two question is, did they know her? No, my number one question is, did they know her age? That should be up on the priority. So did they know? I mean, like, do you think moms are usually better at telling like age, even though I know some people could seem older and you wouldn't know. So, but I mean, so number one, how did he introduce her? Number two, did he tell her age? Did his mom know she was missing at one point? And I mean, I'm guessing no. I'm guessing David did introduce him to her parents, because I mean, they're sitting together. And he probably just lied about her age, in my opinion. That's my guess. Wait, Flujo, who are you? Why are you somebody in this case? Sorry, I'm not. What screenshots? I don't know. What is fake? Huh? Don't you think if something was fake, you'd make it better than this? What do you mean? What's fake? But Flojo, what do you mean legal reason? Like, are you involved in some reason? Okay, hold on. Let me find her TikTok. I think she has a few different ones. Oh shoot, where did I put them all? I have to go through my messages and find, because there's a few different ones. Can you email me the one you're talking about? Well, let me see if I had them somewhere, but I don't know. No, that's not the right one. Can you email me it really quick? Because it'll be quicker, and then I don't have to go through my phone and find it. I haven't actually dug into that yet because I've been busy trying to get the rest out, and so I'm not familiar. I have the links because they sent me, but I'm not familiar with. I haven't been there yet, so my point is, it's somewhere in my phone, but I'm not familiar offhand what it is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, yeah, here. Wait, you're not talking to me? Anyway, dang it. Now you got me so curious. I'm gonna have to find it. Are you gonna email me it? Hold on. I just feel like oh, hold on, guys. Let me see if I can find it fast. Oh, here. I think I might have. Yes. I got it. Okay, but which one? She's got a couple TikToks, but I'm gonna send these to me and then. Oh, I think I just got your email. Hello, Joe. I'm still gonna email me these really quick so I have them. Hold on, guys. Don't leave. I just have one more thing I'm gonna go over. Okay. I think I have all this Asia stuff. Yeah, that's all. Now let's see what the email says. Email. Okay, let's see. Oh, I got that. I had that. Somebody, I just got that sent. I thought you were saying, okay, yes, I have that response. It was the last, whatchamacallit. The only thing is yeah, I thought it was something like specifically. Yes, I have that, but I could show it to you guys. I have it. It was my last conversation with the girl from Reddit. Okay, hold on. Let me share it with you guys. Thanks for reminding me though, because I didn't transfer it over and I don't even know if I would have thought of sharing it. But I might as well. Hold on, somebody just sent me this. What is this? Why did I click on that? Wait, Flojo, what screen recording did you just send me?
A wax.
Why did you send me a screen recording of a wax scene? Did you mean to do that? All right, let me share her response to her reaching out to the Instagram saying, "Oh, I think that's my friend's girlfriend," and then now people talking about it. This was her response to her responding to that Instagram story in last year, though, February 2024. Okay. Here, let me just save yours. I thought I did. There we go. Then I don't have to transfer it from my phone. Thank you. Okay, so here is how she responded. For legal and safety reasons, I do not feel comfortable talking about the case. I will speak about it in due time. In the meantime, I suggest you don't believe everything you see online. Now I get it, Flojo. That's what you were saying. I was thinking you were saying that. Now I get what you were saying. You were just saying what she said. I was thinking you were telling me that. And I was like, well, wait, what do you mean? Or are you like closer to this case than I realized? Okay, now it's making sense. And here, hold on. And I know I shared this in my last live, but I might as well share it here since we are just going over her responses. This is how she responded to talking about the investigation. She says, "This investigation is ongoing. I will speak on things when I can and feel ready. Please respect my privacy and allow for the police to do their job." You know, I don't have nothing against that. You know, I'm sure their lawyers are telling them, and it's actually the smart thing to do. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with waiting. You know, since she's so close, she is close to the case because she's really good friends with David, and she might know more that could, you know, implicate her. Which it might not, you know, might not be something where she did anything illegal. I don't know what the situation is, but like it could implicate her. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with, you know, being smart and listening if their lawyer's telling you to do something. I don't know. Um, the only thing, you know, is a little concerning is like in 2024, the fact that she was aware that she was 13. I don't like that. Like, what? I don't understand. Like, how can you explain that? You know, my guess is David probably somehow excused it and convinced her that it was okay for some reason. I mean, that's my guess, but I don't know. So we'll wait. Like I said, I get it, but oh, all right. Next. Oh, it's showing like a wax. All right. So next, I just want to show really quick. Oh, here. I'll show you this real quick. SF Investigate shared her some pictures. I might as well share this real quick. This happened today. If so he posted this today, shared her last pic, which is on the night of December 30th through the morning of December 31st, 2024, David and Celeste were together in downtown Los Angeles, where several photos were taken in public. Celeste was 14 at the time and about 70 miles from her home in Lake Elsinore. Whether she was sober that night is open to interpretation. There's a photo evidence of them together again on January 2nd, 2025. Then on January 8th, a sizable crew was filming a music video with David out of state. And by January 11th, David is in his hometown in Texas. On January 20th, 2024, he is on a Delta flight. So the question is, where was Celeste between January 3rd and January 20th, 2025? Can anyone account for her during that time? There were many people present at the music video shoot. Did anyone see her there? What about in his hometown in Texas? Does anyone have any proof of life for Celeste after January 2nd, 2025? So this is a picture of Celeste, December 30th, 2024 at 11:57 p.m. And I noticed, I'm pretty sure, unless if it's snot in her nose, I think she has her nose pierced, like right there where they have it in here. I'm gonna, here we go. Can zoom in. And somebody, the girl from Reddit that I'm talking to, pointed out like she's in front of a tree trunk and then she's found in the Tesla trunk. It's just it's weird in a way, um but yeah, it doesn't look like, I think she has her nose pierced, right? Unless if it's some kind of glitch looking. Could be wrong. And then somebody pointed out in my video, a comment in my pre-record, they're like, "Oh my gosh, she has a face tattoo." I mean, I don't know. There is a little mark right here. You know, some people get those little tattoos or something, possibly, or it could be a bruise, or it could be dirt, or it could be just like a glitch in the, you know, camera photo. I don't know. What do you guys think? But this is the oldest, I mean, the most recent picture we got of her. Okay, and now let me go back to this December 31st, 2024 at 12:01 a.m. It's very creepy now, you know, after what happened. no, you know what I mean? I guess we don't know what happened, but like he's holding a knife. You can tell it's his hands with his black fingernails. He's holding a knife up to the city. That's just creepy because of everything. And this would be December 30th and 31st is when they were together downtown LA. So they were together right here. And then this is January 8th. This is where he doesn't know. He was like, we need to ask, did any of them see him? They're on a movie shoot. They're making a video, not a movie. They're making a video here. And supposedly she wasn't around. This January 8th. This is January 11th. He's back home in Texas. Wait, this one in Ace was at 11:47 a.m. and then the one at January 11th was 7:24 p.m. So that's interesting. And then one more thing here. Let me. All right, let's see here. I'm trying to find where I saved this video. If not, I'll just have to. Oh, yeah, here it is. You know what? I might want to pull up the Reddit anyway. Hold on. Because I want to read the hold on. This thing. I'm gonna share one more thing, guys, and then we'll end it. Okay. Let me move it over here really quick. I can just type here. All right. I think it was on this. Huh. What's this? I'm on Reddit and this hold on. Says it says find new production team behind David's One More Dance mentions his quote about killing Celeste in the back of his mind. It doesn't say about killing Celeste though. Let me see. Let me just say we are part of a production team behind David's One More Dance, a project that now feels different in light of the investigation surrounding David and Celeste. In recent interviews, David spoke about his alter ego, Itami, and how he killed Celeste in the back of his mind. His music videos are now being re-examined frame by frame. In recent interviews, he spoke about his alter ego, Itami, and how he killed Celeste in the back. So wait, are they saying that he actually specifically said Celeste he killed in the back of his mind in his interviews? What? Here's a brief look behind the scenes from January 2025. Huh. That's interesting. I'm trying to find this one post that I was. Hold on. Hold on, gosh. I should have screenshot it. I don't know. How's everybody doing though? How is everybody doing? I can't remember if I got it. No. Anyway, I'm about to give up on this. I'm being too lazy to go back and like see. I have to go back to my editor and see if I where I put it or where it was, which Reddit it was on, because I don't remember. There's just so much on this case. Normally, like, there's not. It's like, oh, you want more, and there's like not. There's not enough on a case. On Reddit, this one is huge. There's like so much on Reddit on this case compared to like other cases, I feel like. Don't you guys think? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. I think I know what I gotta do. Don't go anywhere. Oh, I guess I was. Yeah, I give up. I give up. I feel good. No, I don't. I'm tired. I'm delirious. I really am. I really am. I'm going to talk to you guys in a minute. I'm just. Yeah, Asia's response is actually on Reddit already, too. Reddit's always like 3 steps ahead with this case. Sometimes I would think, like, oh, I'll be the first. And then it's like, nope. If you have it, they've got it. Or vice versa. Hold on 1 second. Maybe if I go like this. I'll show you the video, but I wanted to read the quote here. I don't know if you guys have seen this. The Tesla that was spotted May 14th. So since I can't find the freaking Reddit, but I did screen record the video. I was just trying to go back and find it because I wanted to see like what they said about it, the post. But I mean I remember most parts. I remember for the most part it was this right here was taken May 14th on the side of my God, it was in the same spot almost as where it was found originally or when it was towed. I can't think of the street name now. Oh my gosh, does it say it right here? Bluebird Avenue. On May 14th, Bluebird Avenue. This was on somebody found a YouTube channel. I guess they thought maybe it's some YouTube channel that goes down streets or does something. I don't know how they thought to like look in this YouTube channel and find it where they posted a video and they found this person driving by and I'm pretty sure it's David's. And it's on this it's almost at the exact same spot as when it was towed originally, but it's right here. But it's actually somebody had it broken down even on Reddit where like these cutaways right here. So from what I could see, it's just moved So where it was towed, where it was found when it was towed, it was back like a whole car length back. Like if you just backed it up like a car length back, that's about where it was when it got towed. But now this is from May 14th, so obviously it couldn't have been sitting there for 2 months, and it just moved back a little bit. It probably was a common spot that I guess maybe it was parked. I don't know, and it just happened to go right back. I mean, they may remember that spot and it was open again for when they moved it the last time. I don't know because we know that so this was May 14th it was here. So originally when I was going through, I wasn't thinking when I was making my video yesterday because I added this in the video. I originally was like, oh, okay, so like May 14th, this is where it was parked, and then they probably just kind of like moved it, like a car length, just a little bit enough where it wouldn't get towed. If it was just in a different spot and they just moved it a little bit, then it was fine. You could just kind of move it around a little bit. But then I remembered as I was editing it, I was like, wait, no, because July 29th, SF Investigates says there's a video of Neo or somebody moving it, and he didn't make it seem it was just like a car length move, like they moved it. So it was like, so that obviously this had to have been had to have moved somewhere else in the meantime. You know what I'm saying? So it probably moved around a few times because May, that would have been 3 months, 4 months, almost 4 months. So yeah. So it's just kind of a coincidence that it's only like one car length off of where it was ultimately found and towed. Um, you see what I'm saying? Like it was moved where it was towed. At least this is on Reddit that they were saying oh no. We compared it from the picture that Steve got of it parked there before they towed, the picture of it all dirty and before it was towed. And you could see this cutaway right here. So the front of this was like right lined up with this cutaway, like right here. So it's like moved back like a car length. Does that make sense? Here, let me play this video. I didn't play it, sorry. So you could see this cutaway. So we just moved back like right here where this white truck was, or maybe a little bit up, is where it was ultimately towed from. But 4 months prior, it's right here. Isn't that weird? It's like so close to where it was ultimately towed. But the creepy thing is like, is freaking she in there now? I mean, when she could. So the reason that we think, okay, that is David's, some people were pointing it out on Reddit because the registration thing is in the same spot. But then I was kind of like having a conversation with myself, like, well, wait, is that a common place? Maybe on Teslas, do they always put them in the same spot? I don't know. But if you look at it's right here, and you could see when they tow it. Hold on. Right here. Oh, hold on, I gotta do it. It's not gonna let me go for the spot that I need because yeah, shoot. I don't know why it does that with some videos. Hold on. I know what I could do. I'll put it in my editor so we could watch it. I don't know why it does that. It's so annoying. All right, hold on. I'll show you. Let me show you. Put in my editor and then it'll let me take it wherever I want. David, what was this called? Oh, I dated it. First. There it is. Okay.
I still like him.
Yeah, I need to do that. Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay. You want to see how many little things that video I just uploaded today? Why it takes so long? Look at this. This is how much. Look at that. That's that hour video. I mean, that's why it takes me so long. Just every little thing. There's people don't realize how like each thing is like you add to. So, because I always add like so many, like just I don't know, but look at all that. Isn't that crazy? Okay. This is the audio. Making them bigger, widen it out. Anyway, okay. So what I was really going to go to is this. Okay, so I'm just trying to go when they tow it. I guess that was it. Yeah, right here.
Belonged to the singer was ever reported stolen before it was impounded, since it was potentially abandoned.
So do you, I mean, is that unique to, oh, it matches the registration tag on this one? Is what
With
people
the
were
body
pointing out.
inside-
They're like, yep, that's it. There was a few other things that they pointed out, but that was one of them. Right there, it's the same. And plus it does.
Side of it for
So that was like almost 4 months after it was towed is when this video was right here. So you could, let me back up. So it's right there. Let me bring this back up.
potentially abandoned with a body inside of it for weeks or months. They did not answer that question. They did say there
was something else. I can't remember what else somebody was pointing out that they noticed it was the same. But anyway, I thought that was just weird because it was ended up in the same spot, just one little car length difference. Anyway, all right, guys, that's all I have for you. Let me chat with you guys for a minute, and then I'll call it a night. Thanks for hanging. I'm gonna go to bed. Okay, Flojo. Thanks for sending that to me, by the way. Yeah, right, Chloe. You're right. Hey, Jessica. Okay. So you think he's innocent? But I mean, why wouldn't he just come clean? And if there was an accident, why didn't he just call the cops? Be like, hey, there's an accident. Why conceal her? Like, did she really deserve that to be wrapped up and put in his trunk for however long decomposing? I don't think, I mean, it's going to be hard to convince me that he didn't at least know she was in there and know that she died. Yeah, I mean, I think it's possible that, maybe it was an accidental overdose, but the fact that he didn't report it. So, like, how is that honest, Jessica? That's not honest. He should have reported it if it was some kind of accident. So you're saying that somehow She died and she ended up in his trunk and he had no knowledge of her even dying. That part, it's hard for me to believe. I think at the very least, he's gonna get, like, some kinda concealment charge. That's what they were saying, but B, he didn't say Celeste's name. Wait, what? Dark side? Oh, why did they say that though? They shouldn't have said that. We know that the lyrics say about kill him in your mind. You know what I'm in the back of my mind, it says lyrics. So like, why would they, you know what I'm saying? And that's stupid. They shouldn't even have said this. Why did they specifically say that he said he would kill Celeste in the back of my mind? Which that's still not confessing to a murder. That song is actually those lyrics, at least the way he explains it, the part of the song where it's like, "You're killing in the back of my mind," it's killing the memory, killing, like, um, the love or whatever to get her out of my head, like, killing him in my mind, not actually killing her. So, what but they said Celeste on that. Why did they specifically say in the interviews he said killing Celeste in the back of my mind? Which still isn't saying you killed her, it's saying that you got rid of her in your head, like, stop thinking about her and stuff. I get that, but, like, what? I don't get why they said he said Celeste, though. That's weird, they should not have said that. That's, like, misrepresenting what they were saying. Um, he probably reported the car abandoned because it was, like, an on her birthday or the day after. Yeah, no, I know her birthday was the 7th, they found her on the 8th. No, I'm talking about something else. I thought the person up there was talking about what I read, like, about 10 minutes ago about that person that did interviews with David saying, he said I forget how they worded it now, about interviews with him saying that he killed Celeste in the back of his mind when they were interviewing him or something. I don't know. Anyway, alright, oh, wait, hold on, let me see what these emails are, see if there's anything that could be interesting for this live. Wait. Hold on a second. What is this? Hold on. Let me listen to this song somebody sent me out because I don't know what it is, and maybe it's something I could share. Hold on one second. 'Cause I don't know. I never seen it before. Hold on, you guys. Let me see if it's worth sharing. Now I gotta find it. Where'd it go? I have too many pages up. Here we go. Okay. Hold on one second. Let's see. Nothing's playing. Don't hear anything. Do you guys hear anything? I wonder if my headphones aren't working or something. It's supposed to be a song and I hear nothing. Oh, there it is. on. I don't know. No. I don't know. I guess it's supposed. Yeah, I'll have to look into that before I play it because it. Anyway, I'm just looking at. So many people asking about my Patreon. I don't even know how to reach out and explain it to everybody. I guess I could make a YouTube post, but I can't get on Patreon to tell everybody. If you're listening, yeah, I lost my Patreon. Yeah, right. I know. I know. All right. Well, thanks, Eileen. Is that Eileen? Let's all drop this baloney. He killed her and got rid of her. Crystal says, "Hey, hi, Zab and Min." There's no baloney. We're just, trying to be smart, and especially people that are creators. I mean, we have somewhat of a kind of responsibility. You can't just go. You gotta be smart with your wording. And I mean, like I said, I'm just waiting to hear. Yeah, I mean, of course, most of us are all, you know, very, what's the word about, his involvement. It just seems like all fingers are pointing that way, but we're all just waiting for the freaking law enforcement to say something. They have not given us anything. What have you found? Give us something. So, I mean, before anybody could just say something as a 100%, we need more information. But I say at the very least, I think he concealed. There's no, it's very hard to believe that he wasn't aware that she died and that, he had her body or somebody had their body and it was in his car. So at the very least, I think he was aware of her being dead and her body being in the car. Now, what happened to her? They better freaking come out and tell us. Give us some information soon. So I was just responding, Eileen, to that Jessica saying because she said that David's really honest. And I said, well, how is that honest? Either there's two things. Either he is involved and there was some kind of murder that happened, or it was an accident. But if it was some kind of accident and then he covered it up and he didn't report it, how is that being honest? That's the pure definition of dishonesty. He's covering up a murder because he's being dishonest. So like I said, I'm not saying that he murdered anybody because I don't know yet. I still think there is a possibility it could have been some kind of accident, but I think at the very least there's gonna be some kind of concealment charge. Um, and at the very most there'll be a murder charge. So there's a big variety of variants that could happen here depending on what the freaking cops found. None of us know. None of us know what they found because they haven't released anything. We're still waiting on the toxicology, which I think that they have. I think for some reason they probably have the results, and there's still not anything where they can what's the word for it? They're still not sure in a way. It's still too many questions, and we might not even get the results. Or I don't think we are. We're not going to know. I don't think they're gonna that we're gonna have access to know what the results are. So if they don't make an arrest, we're gonna be stuck here. Like the only way we're gonna learn anything is if they make an arrest. I feel like, or if they say, they they make a statement saying, oh, it's just accidental overdose, whatever, if they get the results and they clearly say that, then that's all we're going to know. Or they make an arrest, then we'll know, okay, they have something more. But as far as that in-betweenness of it, I don't think we're going to get the results. So then if there's some kind of thing they're working on, I think we're going to be stuck in limbo for a while. Unless if it's for sure one way or the other. Does that make sense? But if they're still kind of trying to figure it out, they're not going to tell us the results until they have if they're going to charge them or not. And there could be some accomplices, because if you know about that and you don't report it and you know about a murder, you're an accomplice. If you help cover it up, you're an accomplice. So all those people, if there was a murder, they could all, I mean, they might all be charged. Now, if it was an accident, I don't know what kind of charges. Because, I mean, yeah, at the least it could be like that concealment, but it could result in something, harsher as charges for them covering it up like that. Oh, thanks, Anna, for joining. Thank you. No, I know they're building a case, but what I'm saying, Kalohi, is if they are and they're not sure yet, let's say they get the toxicology, but they're still not ready to make an arrest, they're not gonna tell us the results of it. So I'm saying, yeah, if that's what they're doing, we're gonna still have to wait and wait and wait. And unless if they do end up saying accidental, then we'll know. But that might take a while. If they do, and then if they do arrest them, then we'll know it's a murder charge. But if it's not as clear cut on that toxicology, it might be a while before. Yeah, but SF will only be able to leak, what he knows. I think his limit's gonna be some kind of end. I mean, there's gonna be an end to what he could get that's, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I could be wrong, but I feel like I think there'll be only so much that he'll be able to get. And then the rest, if whatever that the investigation has, the cops, I don't think, I mean, they're not going to share it with them. So I don't know, but maybe, if he is able to get the kids, the people that know stuff to talk, but I would think that if all of them have lawyers or whatever, and they're told not to talk, you would think that they wouldn't be talking to him, unless sometimes they feel like, oh, he's an investigator, so we feel safe, we could talk, not knowing he's like a private investigator. He's not like gonna be able to help them out if like legally, if they, you know what I'm saying, he's not, you know what I'm saying, because he's like a private one. So but sometimes people get kind of fooled, like, oh, they hear that title and then they feel like it's safe to talk. um so you never know, he may be able to get him to talk, but he may not. So I think if he can, then maybe, but I would think that they wouldn't be talking to anybody. Well, some of them, some of the people on the outer street. I mean, I'm sure there are some. Actually, there are some things that I've been told about some of that stuff, that whole situation. So maybe I'd like to know, like, before I post stuff, like I need to try to understand everything as good as possible. And there's some things I'm a little bit confused on. So, but when I understand it, I'll let you guys know. Oh, I know, Lauren. That's what I'm saying. They won't. Oh, the cops won't tell them the information. Absolutely not. But what I'm saying is, some kids, a lot of these people are younger too. They hear like that, that title, investigator, and sometimes they just attach it to, they think it's like they're part of like legal, like they're part of the law enforcement and stuff. And he might try to like fool them in that way so they talk. But does that make sense? So he might get some of them to talk, because them thinking like, he's a part of law enforcement in a way. Does that make sense? Like that, I could see people, and depending on how he presents himself too, I could see it kind of like he using it to work for him in a way to get them, to get some answers. But um, he really is. I mean, he's just a private one. I mean, yeah, he won't have access to what they have, but he'll have access if anybody wants to trust him because he has that title or like that um the house owner, hired him. So, who knows? Yeah, supposedly, and I don't know if this is true. Let me just show you real quick. This is just somebody did a TikTok. Hold on. I'll end it with this. Hold on. Where is it? Let me find it. I have a few different TikToks. Oh, it's not that one. It's not that. Hold on. It's not that. I just had it up too because I accidentally clicked on it when I was looking for what's her name's Asia's. Hold on. Is it this one? Yes, this is one. This is the okay, hold on. So I don't know. I don't know if there's any truth to this. Or somebody I just saw this on a TikTok because I think it was on Reddit and then or maybe the girl I talked to through Reddit, maybe she sent me the link. I forget how I found it, but it was through Reddit, either through she sent it to me or here. So it says Steve Fisher in the white SUV outside of Celeste Rivas Hernandez's home. He walked up and told my husband and I that he was TMZ, then conducted an interview with me as a TMZ reporter. Later, he shows up on interviews and we find out he was a PI. This case will never be solved if people keep telling lies. And she has it dated October 1st, 2025. So supposedly that's him in this car. No, he supposedly went up. I guess what I'm gathering from it, it must be Celeste, where Celeste's parents, where she was staying, her neighbors. So he probably tried to go up to the family's house too, I'm guessing. And maybe he was having trouble getting people to talk to him. And so he said he's from TMZ, or maybe he went in there with that intention. I'm just right off the bat. They'll talk to me maybe if I say I'm TMZ. I don't know. It's just hearsay. This person's saying that you can't really see inside the car if it's really him, and you got to take their word for it. But they said this person said they didn't know at first. Oh, TMZ, they want to do an interview, and then they never heard of them, right? And then when they now on the news channel after the fact, what they're saying, then they see him in all these interviews, and they're like, wait, he's not TMZ. Look, he's this. So I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny. But that's my whole point when I was saying, like, he could lead some of these kids on to make them, like, feel like that he is kind of law enforcement investigator instead of saying private. He could say, like, I'm an investigator. So they, their brain goes to, like, oh, law enforcement, oh, I feel safe talking to them. If he's like, you're good. We don't worry. Nothing you say, blah, 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 or whatever. And then them not knowing any better. And really, he, in that case, saying an investigator, he wouldn't be really lying to him. But so that's what made me think, like, hey, I mean, I could see people. No, I could see somebody doing that, in this world. So maybe he is getting people to talk by doing things like that. But the whole TMZ, that's another level because that's not even like I don't know. I don't know. That seems kind of odd because why would you want to pretend to be TMZ? Because I feel like that would make people want to talk less. Like if you go up, honestly, you go up and somebody says, I'm a private investigator compared to, hey, I work for TMZ. What would you be more comfortable talking to? I feel like I would feel more comfortable talking to a private investigator than TMZ if you want your stuff more private. Like you hear TMZ and we're like, oh, if I talk to this person, it's going to be all over the news everywhere. So, like, that confuses me. That's why I'm a little bit leery because it's like, how would that benefit him? That would make people more reluctant to talk. So I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know. It just doesn't really, it seems not the rate to go. The only reason I feel like maybe that would work, or maybe he thought that, is because maybe he already, no, if he already tried, they would recognize him. Maybe he already tried with other people and they said something about, oh, TMZ, I'm talking to TMZ or something, or he got it in his head that, oh, maybe people, if I say I'm TMZ, would talk. Or maybe I can't see. I would think you'd be better off saying private investigator than TMZ. But that's what this person said, and they said he's in that white car. So I don't know what he drives. If he really does drive that, I guess if anybody knows if he drives a car like that. Anyway, so I thought we'd end it on that because it's kind of funny. Either way, if it's true or not, I don't know. All right. Neither either. But if you're more reluctant to talk to somebody, would you not be most reluctant to talk to somebody like TMZ? Unless if you're in it for the fame, if you're in it for the attention and you want like the recognition, then yeah, pretend to be TMZ. So I guess it depends on who know your person. Like, who are you trying to interview and what do they want? If you know that person, oh, they just want the attention. They're like fame hungry. I don't know if that's a word, but they want like attention and they want to be on TV or something like that. Then yeah, pretend to be TMZ. But walking into something like that, you wouldn't think you would know that. Like the neighbors, why would the neighbors be like that? Or why would you know that about the neighbors? So it just seems like, I don't know if it's true or not. Yeah, that's the thing, Mrs. Illy. It depends on like what you want. Like if you're trying to be more reluctant and you're just not wanting to have your story out there too much and you're a little bit private, then yeah, you'd much be more prone to talk to a private investigator than TMZ. Now, if you're somebody like, I need my story out there, I need everybody to know, I need to reach so many more people because I need this person to hear something, then you would probably want to be a TMZ. So it just depends. I'm not ignoring you. What do you mean? Out of all these people in here, I barely have singled out anybody. It's Chad. I'm just talking. No, I'm never ignoring anybody. I'm just chatting. I just TMZ did not have a story about the neighbors though and got that ring cam. Them and SF had that September 24th. Are you? He did have a story about the neighbors though and got that ring cam. Oh, that's true. That's true. Maybe that brings up a good point. Maybe it was after that had happened. September. That was dated October 1st. She dated that. So October. Good point. So maybe they had already talked to TMZ and he knew that they already feel comfortable talking to TMZ. So if he goes in there saying, "Hey, I work for TMZ, I'm another reporter," that they would be more prone to talk because they'd be like, "Oh, look, he already knows they talked to TMZ, they sent him that thing, they feel comfortable talking to TMZ." That's it, SNL. That makes the most sense why he would say that. That might be it. That might be it. I forgot about that. If that's the same neighbor that they had already talked to and gave that footage to, he may have kind of just used that, be like, "Hey, I'm just checking back. I work for TMZ. I just want to see, ask a few more questions." Maybe. Anyway, proud of me, Mrs. Italy? Oh, wait, proud of me? You hi from hi, Paul. Yum, Subway Army. Hello. I'm freezing. Am I freezing for anybody else? It might be your computer because nobody else is saying I'm freezing. Maybe restart your computer, Anna. All right, y'all. Well, thank you for hanging. Wow, this is funny. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be quick. I'm thinking I'm gonna do like half hour because I was only gonna share. I was gonna just do a quick thing sharing the that Zerks thing and maybe a few of the other highlights, and I was gonna be. I thought like half hour, 45, 2 hours. Oh my god. Oh, cool. I've been here with you since the beginning. Thanks. Oh, that's so sweet. Check my email. Okay, what did you send me? Is this a new thing? Is this a new, or is this just something on her TikTok? I don't. Is there something about? Hold on, let me. Or is this something? Is this something you want me to play? Or I mean, I have her TikToks. Is it just on her TikTok? All right, let me share it. Something you want something that's relevant to share on this live stream is what I'm trying to ask. Is that what you're saying? All right, let me download it. Okay. Is it about the case though? Let's see. That's what I'm trying to figure out. If it's something I should share because it's about. All right, let me. This will be the last thing because I do gotta go. I've been at it for like 2 days, like I need to walk around. I'm so unhealthy that just sitting and I wish I could walk around and work, but I can't. I need my computer. Might take, I think I'm gonna take tomorrow off for sure. Maybe more than that. Okay, so let me play this because I have to move my body physical. Oh wait, hold on. Let's see what this is Asia. Let's see what she has to say.
I want to go back to streaming so bad. Don't get me wrong. Like I actually love streaming and I hopefully will come back to like some platforms soon. But the streaming community is so severely toxic right now. And I need people to understand that like there's so much stuff that goes behind the scenes that you guys just do not see. But I digress. You guys will probably find out some of the people I'm talking about very soon because when you're a bad person, eventually everyone finds out naturally. That's the thing about bad people. They expose themselves. I don't need to do anything. Karma's a bitch.
So is she talking about like relevant to what happened to Celeste? Like, do you think that's what she's meaning, or is she just meaning just people talking about this case now, and that's bad people? Or is she talking about like what's going on with Celeste? It's going to expose them. I hope that's what she's referring to, but I'm afraid she might be talking about like the live streaming and the gossip and like the heat that's on everybody on the case and calling like bad people like somebody like me or something that's trying to dig into the case. I don't know. You could take it either way. I don't know which one it is. Can you have whose computer, Anna? Who are you? You're cracking me up. Like I'm just gonna give you my yeah, here, take my computer. I don't understand what you're saying. You're asking me if you could have my computer? Can I have your computer? I'm broke. I want to watch your lives. No, wait, where do you live, Anna? Are you in California? Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, Mrs. Italy. That's what I'm hoping she means. See, that's interesting. I hope that's what she was referring to. And I hope she's right. I hope she's right. I really hope that's what she's talking about, because that means she knows something and she knows that it's gonna be exposed. But first of all, like I can it's not like I can send my computer to Somalia. So, and I need my computer to do the live streams. How are you gonna watch live streams? How are you gonna watch my live streams if I don't have a computer to do it, silly? Um, use your phone. I mean, your phone would probably be the best thing. I mean, if you can't, afford a phone, or a computer, I'd get a phone. Phones are just as good as computers to watch stuff like that. And you shouldn't, like, for me to do the live streaming, I need a lot more RAM and a lot more, um, you know, yeah, I guess it would be RAM, right? For you to watch it, it won't be as much. The person streaming needs more than the watcher. Um, and you know what? A big thing, Anna, it's your internet, your Wi-Fi, your internet service is way. I feel like that is a way bigger deal. And something just like watching a stream, if you're having trouble watching a stream and it's getting all freezing, and that's all you're doing, and you're just trying to watch your stream, that is going to be more to do with your internet service and your Wi-Fi than it has to do with your computer or whatever you're watching it from. As long as you have something that's capable of doing it, to connect to the internet, I feel like it could be your service, internet service. And that's something I mean, none of us can help you with. That's something that your city has to improve on if it's not good. I don't know. Or just do you have other options for different service providers? Um, I don't know, Anna. I really don't. I really don't. Does anybody want to help her? I don't know how much RAM. Maybe Google it. I'm not sure. I don't think you need a lot just to watch a stream, though. You could speak to the president of your country? What? I'm a little bit confused. All right, guys, have a good one. Thanks for watching. I'm probably gonna take tomorrow off just to get physical and walk around. I've been editing for like the last 2 days straight, and then before that, like I think 4 days. um, so I need to just take Zeke out tomorrow, get some exercise, walk around, and just move my body. I'll see you guys later. Bye. What? You said you're in Somalia. There's no way Steve is in Somalia. Like, where's Somalia at? Yeah, you're just trolling. Who are you? See, I was actually starting to like feel bad and talk to you, but you're just messing with us. What the heck? Why? Wasting time. I feel like people do that, and I always fall for it. Like, waste time. It takes away time from other people. Um, I know. I'm the stupid one that always falls for it. I'm stupid. Uh, instead of I could have been talking to one of you guys, or you know what I'm saying? Conversing and um engaging with somebody that's actually not a troll. Max and Tay. I wonder if it's somebody like specific to this case. You know, just a random troll or somebody that's, you know, specific to this case that's like trying to bother the creators that are covering it. I should have figured when she's like, "Can I have your computer?" Who asks? Who asked that? That's when I started figuring a little bit. That's when I was starting being like, "Oh, wait a minute." All right, y'all. Where's Austin today? Do I have any mods in here? All right, bye guys. Oh, that's a good point. Well, that is a good point. But look, she's saying, yeah, I know where you brush your teeth. Watch out for me. That's what I'm saying. People gifted. She could be gifted, or I mean, trolls sometimes will go that deep. I mean, it's like $1.99 just to like fit in and make it seem like you're not, you know, to kind of manipulate it more like, oh, she's not, you know, she's a member. So I could see that happening. That's kind of a threat though. Or is that not threats, right? What she's doing? Saying watch out, you brush your teeth. That's kind of threatening. I'm screenshotting that because I want some proof. That's like a threat, if you ask me. Wow. I just wanted a copy of it, so I screenshot it in case if they try anything. Who are you, Anna? Is it somebody I know that you just don't like me in the past? Or is it somebody from this case? I'm not suing you. It's just for my protection if something happens. I'm not gonna sue you. Huh. Wow. They just Oh, I was here. She just remembered that was the one member today. She just joined today. Earlier. And she just joined YouTube 28 minutes ago. So she's a troll. She joined to come into chat, join my membership, just join YouTube. Go click on her account. 28 minutes ago, she just started her channel. So it's usually troll if they come in. I mean, obviously there's going to be some people that just start YouTube that, you know, usually live streams though, it's like it takes a little bit of a while sometimes before you make it to live streams when you're on YouTube, but not all the time. But somebody that comes in acting like that 28 minutes ago is when she signed up for her YouTube, basically 28 minutes ago. She comes in here, joins my membership and trolls. That's funny. 28 minutes ago. That's one of the most quickest ones, or what's the way to word it? Like the most recent joiners, trolls that I've had. Wow. But what's your end game, Anna? What are you trying to do? Oh, just have fun? Are you a part of this case though? Are you one of the people in the case that you're just like mad at me or not? I'm just curious. A lot of, a lot of. No, you're not David. I know that. I just mean like one of the more distant ones. I know you're not David. I mean, why would? Anyway, okay. I'm kind of entertained by it, to be honest. What do you? Okay, come on, say one more thing. I'm curious. What else? What else you got, Anna? Lolata? Anna Lulata? Anna Lulata? Probably somebody I know. Ashley, what's up? How are you? What you up to, girlfriend? How's your channel going? Lolita, Lolata, Lolata. I'm bored and tired and I need to go to bed and I'm going on 3 hours. Yeah, this will be quick, quick, quick. People are gonna be watching. So when they watch my video, they're gonna click on it and I'm gonna say, oh, it's gonna be so brief. And then they're gonna look at the time and it's gonna be like 2.5 hours. Okay. I remember the one, this was like what, like not a few weeks ago. I was like, it's gonna be quick, just quick live. And that one was like over 5 hours. And I remember somebody commented, they were just laughing in the comments, like, oh, like you said, it was gonna be such a quick video, a quick live, and it was like over 5 hours. uh, is it that one? I don't remember which one it was. It was one where I said it's just gonna be really quick. I want to go over something real quick. I said that at the beginning. I don't remember. I just remember saying that and then reading a comment. And they're like, it was like over 5 hours, but I don't know. Not my, or if you're talking about my last one, no, not my last one. This was probably like a couple weeks ago. It wasn't my just last one that I was falling asleep on. No. Oh, which one are you talking about then? Maybe maybe you're talking about like a few weeks ago, maybe. All right, guys, I'm going. Bye.